everyone, good evening. I'm Chief Meteorologist Darrell Winninger from the Central Oregon Daily Weather Center. We got some big changes in our forecast that are happening after the next couple of days, and you're looking at more sunshine and a warm up. But between now and then, we still have an active weather pattern, still a few more things that are going to happen before we get those gorgeous conditions. So I'm going to take a deep dive into your most reliable forecast, look at what's been happening, what's going to happen, just how all those changes are going to impact us, and if any snow totals are going to be a problem. We're going to do that during the next couple of minutes, so if you have any questions, drop them in the comment section below, and I'll do my best to answer them as we go forward through the rest of this evening. Let's go ahead and get right into it. Our weather headlines include more rain and snow showers through the next couple of days. That's where this active weather pattern is continuing. Really, our transition day holds off until Wednesday, and so we are going to see some periods of clearing between rain and snow showers. There will be some times when we start the day with slick roads, and winds are just going to be gusty for most of the Tri-County area at times, and that happens until we start to get our next ridge of high pressure. And so that also means cold nights and chilly days are expected, and late this week a ridge of high pressure begins to build into the region. That provides abundant sunshine. That's when we start to see our next warming trend. And for those of us who have been waiting on some warmth, you're really going to like what we're going to see. So, quick look across the high desert. It is cloudy. Temperatures are still chilly and some showers have been rolling through. So even when we look at the roads across our Tri-County area, we do see some wet roads, but we also see a few shadows on the ground. However, nothing actually sticking. Even in the Cascades, air and road temperatures are still too high for much in the way of accumulation. But here through tonight, it does look like that is going to be changing, at least through the Cascades and some of our lower elevations. A few totals are possible, but it's not going to be much in the way of snow even through the rest of this active weather pattern. And so it's going to be a more springtime system as it rolls through, with snow and rain showers, just not too much sticking. And satellite radar shows that's exactly what has been happening through the day today. There have been some periods of clearing, winds have been breezy, and we've seen many snow showers. Just temperatures are too high for any of that to stick, and there is a little bit of snow in the Cascades. Meanwhile, when we look at the entire state, we see that this pattern isn't done with us yet, and that's mostly because of a low pressure system that's just off the Oregon coast. This is the same low that's been bringing our strong winds across the high desert, and there's a little bit more moisture in the region. But when we go ahead and look at the bigger picture, what we're seeing when we look at infrared satellite with, I did change this is enhanced a little bit to really emphasize those higher cloud tops, but across our Tri-County area, we have those thick clouds. Our low is centered just offshore, and it's starting to weaken up. We're losing some of those equal lines of pressures, those isobars, and that means we're starting to see it fizzle out, but it will continue to impact us through the next couple of days. And there is a ridge of high pressure out over the Pacific Ocean, and that is going to build into the Pacific Northwest on the backside of this system. It's already getting almost all the way up to the Gulf of Alaska, and this is going to be a blocking high, keeping that next system that's out over the Pacific Ocean a little far out of reach, so not really impacting us as it gets a little bit closer. And that is a strong system, but it is already starting to wrap itself up even more. Now, our future road conditions show that here through the rest of this evening, more precipitation is expected. This means rain and snow showers are still going to continue, but notice we're not seeing too much in the way of blues, either light blue or dark blue, and that's because we're not expecting too much to stick. Tonight, that starts to change. As temperatures fall, snow levels fall. We're going from chilly to cold and below freezing across our Tri-County area. So through the early morning hours, we start to get some light totals on the road. Not enough to be worried about breaking out the snow shovels or the snow blowers, but enough to make for some hazardous or difficult road conditions, not just through the passes, but in our lower elevations as well. Now, pardon me. Our forecast model starts off by showing us a couple of different things. First, there is that low just offshore. This is the one that's going to be staying with us through the next couple of days. And here by 7 o'clock, we still have some snow showers across the Tri-County area. In fact, that continues. As that low rolls into the Tri-County area, we're actually going to start to see more snow push in as well. Remember, we have a counterclockwise rotation around a low, a clockwise rotation around a high. So that's going to pull a little bit more moisture up from the south. Snow showers are expected, and this is where we could see some of those slick roads during the early morning hours. Then through the day, that transitions to rain and snow showers. Still not much sticking, and what did stick is probably going to be melting. The pattern continues into Wednesday, and by Thursday, this specific forecast model does show some sprinkles and flurries, but I really think this Thursday is going to be our transition day when we really start to see some clearing across central Oregon, but still carry that chance of some light precipitation. Now, between this evening and 11 p.m. on Wednesday, we are expecting some light snow totals, and this is more of a high resolution model. It is showing a trace to maybe 2 inches. Switching gears and looking at a different one, what we're actually seeing is just tonight alone, maybe 1 inch to 2 inches through the Cascades, and winds are going to taper off. Through the day Tuesday, we are expecting some continued rain and snow shower activity, but really no totals picking up too much until we get to the end of Thursday, until after this active weather pattern really starts to change into a calmer weather pattern with ridge of high pressure moving over the region. And so in total, we're looking at a trace to maybe 4 inches, and those 4 inches are through the highest elevation. So between now and Thursday evening, we are looking at some snow. We are looking at some accumulation. It's just not going to be much. Basically, we're looking at the potential of some slick roads. Now, winds have been gusty today, still gusting between 20 and 25 miles per hour, and winds are, the actual wind speed is more like 10 to 20, and so it's not as strong, still breezy though, and tonight those winds start to taper off. So remember, with this graphic, everything to the left of that white line is observed. Everything to the right of it is in the future. It's forecast, and winds are forecast to fall below 10 miles per hour after sunset and come back down to a light, even a gentle breeze overnight. But then by Tuesday afternoon, winds are getting breezy again, even gusty at times, and that pattern isn't as exaggerated by the time we get to Wednesday. So each day winds aren't going to be as strong as they were the day before, but still breezy for many of us across our Tri-County area. When it comes to temperatures, it's just been chilly, man. Temperatures tonight during the last 24 hours topped out in the 40s with some 50s, and right now we're in the 30s and 40s with 54 degrees in Warm Springs. That puts us between 6 degrees warmer and 11 degrees cooler than it was just 24 hours ago, and we stay pretty chilly through Tuesday, through Wednesday, through Thursday. By Friday, when we finally get our sunshine and the weather pattern starts to shape up into a more gorgeous conditions, we're warming up to near average for this time of the year Friday, and then into the 60s Saturday, but the warming trend doesn't stop there, and it continues until our next system rolls into the region. So for tonight, 20s, few 30s out there. By Tuesday, we're looking at 40s with some 50s and even a few 30s possible. More snow and rain showers are expected, and we just stay chilly through Thursday. Thursday, temperatures start to rebound. By Saturday, we're in the 60s. By Sunday, we're topping out on either side of 70 degrees. So that means lower 70s and upper 60s just before another system brings more precipitation into the region, stronger winds, and another dip in temperatures. But even that next dip in temperatures this time next week is only bringing us down into the 60s and 50s across the high desert. After that, we are expecting the temperatures to get back up above average for this time of the year and stay unseasonably warm days 6 through 10. It's also going to be drier for this time of the year than it should be. And so just to recap our weather headlines for this last day of March 2025, well, we're still going to be breezy. We're still going to be chilly. We're still looking at more precipitation, snow, and rain showers, just not much in the way of totals. So that means cold nights and chilly days are expected. And late this week, the sunshine begins and the warming trend takes shape. So that is the latest in weather. Join us tonight in just a few minutes on ABC and at 11 on ABC, and then it's on CBS at 6, 7, and 11. We'll see you then. Again, if you have any questions, drop them in the comment section below.